What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Houston Rockets, and we're going to be talking about how great of a job these guys did in the draft, and we're going to hop right into the video. And as you guys know, man, the Houston Rockets started off with the number 2 pick in this draft, and they had a very tough choice because this draft was so loaded, especially at the top. But they had that tough choice between Evan Mobley and Jaylen Green, and I was campaigning for them to pick Evan Mobley. And you can't go wrong with either pick, but the Rockets went ahead and drafted Jaylen Green, which I still think is a great pick. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Jaylen Green is he's a guy with pro experience. He played in the G League, he played for Ignite, and watching him in the G League, you just realize how great he is, and he just scores the ball effortlessly. And, he can do it from everywhere. He can light you up from 3. He can get to the mid-range, pull up midi, and then what I feel like he's great at is getting to the basket, slashing to the rim. And this guy is so athletic. He's so athletic. It's probably just normal to him. Like, he'd go up, bang on somebody, and and he just get back on defense. No emotion, nothing. It's just that's simple to him. So he's a pretty special player. And I think he's going to be great for the Houston Rockets. I think he's going to attract people because, he's been a superstar since he was 14 years old. He hit 1 million followers on Instagram at the age of 14. That's crazy. So, he already had that, that superstar, the superstar aura to him. So, he's going to fill the seats in Houston. He's going to be great for the locker room, great for the teammates. I know he's seen what he wore on draft night. And, he's going to be... this kid has star written all over him. So, he's going to be great. Can't wait to see him pair with Kevin Porter Jr. That's going to be so fun to watch. And, and they didn't just draft Jaylen Green in this first round. They drafted 3 other guys, and the other guy they drafted is a big man he's out of Turkey. And this guy's name, correct me in the comments if I say it wrong, please. His name is Alperen Sengun. He's a 6'10" center out of Turkey, and this guy he's been playing professional basketball since the age of 16, which is that's so big time because you get that experience playing with professional grown men. It just does so much for you, and we've seen what it's done for Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic was hooping with grown men since he was like 13, 14, and now he's in the NBA. He's 21, 22 years old. And he's looking like he's in his prime, but Luka is nowhere near his prime. So playing professionally at an early age, it does wonders for you. And Sengun, he's a pretty solid center. You're really good when you get picked in the first round. You're not even from USA. So this guy has some skill, and he's more of a traditional big man. He play with his back to the basket, has a soft touch around the rim. He's going to be sending some pretty hard screens out there, and he can rim protect. He can protect the rim. He plays some pretty solid interior defense. And the only downside to this guy is he has slow feet. He's not really athletic. So he can't really switch on to players that's smaller than him because they just gonna put him in the torture chamber. So that's like the only downside to him. And when he was playing overseas in Turkey, he wasn't really playing that stretch big role. But I don't think he would need to do that on the Houston Rockets because I feel like these guys have plenty of shooters already, and I feel like he can play along Christian Wood. I feel like Christian Woods would I feel like he would prefer to play the 4 over the 5 because he's not really that big. He's not really a center size. He's more of a power forward side. But we're gonna see how the Houston Rockets, we're gonna see how they handle that. But I feel like that was a pretty good, a pretty solid pickup. And the next draft pick they got in the first round, this guy, he plays overseas too. He's playing for Spain in the Olympics right now. I'm probably gonna mispronounce his name wrong too. So if anybody know how to pronounce it, let me know down in the comments. But this guy's name is Umar Garuba, and like I said, he's an overseas player too. He plays in Spain. He's on the Spain Olympic team. And this guy is one of them high energy, high motor guys. He plays really good defense. He can probably guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5. You know, one of them type of defenders. He's a 6'8" wing. And like I say, he's just an energetic guy. He can, you know, he really, on the offensive end, he excels in transition, creating for himself, or, you know, he can make a great pass in transition. And, you know, he crashes the boards. And I feel like this young Houston Rockets team, they don't really have you know, they don't have that defender on their team. You know, they don't have that guy like, you know, we want him guarding our best player not our best player, but guarding the opposing team best player every night. And I feel like this kid can be that. And not only that, he's going to be making, you know, making these guys work in practice, especially Kevin Porter Jr. and Jaylen Green. I feel like having a guy, you know, going up against him in practice every day is just going to make these guys better. So, that's and the one thing you want to see this guy work on, and to see him really fulfill his upside, is if he can shoot the 3-ball consistently. You know, he'll be the perfect player to have on a championship team. You know, a guy that can play defense, crash the board, and shoot threes. You know, that's, you know, every NBA team will want a player like that on their roster. So I feel like that was a great pickup. And then the Rockets also drafted another guard out of Arizona State University, the Sun Devils. They drafted Josh Christopher, and this guy, he's gonna fit right in with this Houston squad because he's another dynamic. They're adding another dynamic player to this squad. Can't wait to see this guy in the summer league. He's another 3-level scorer. He can go get a 3. You know, he can shoot the 3-ball pretty decently. He can get to his spots in the mid-range area and pull up. And, you know, he can dribble. He can shot create for himself. And he can get to the hole, and, you know, he can finish. And he's very athletic. You know, he got some pretty insane highlights, too. He's a jumper, just like Jaylen Green. So this guy's going to, you know, the fast breaks in Houston is going to be, you know, very fun to watch this year. And, you know, I feel like this guy was a great pickup. You know, he was a great pickup. And the one thing he could probably work on is, you know, just, you know, learning how to create for others, you know, get his teammates involved, find the open man, just, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, all that stuff will come in time, man, with the right development. And, you know, that's what the Rockets did in the first round. I just feel like, you know, those were all great picks. All these guys could fulfill a role on this team. And I feel like, you know, the Rockets drafted, you know, what they needed. So, you know, I would give them an A+ for what they did in the draft. And they're just going to be a very fun team to watch this season. Jaylen Green, Kevin Porter, Christian Woods, the Josh Christopher guy. I feel like they're all going to be, you know, box office. I feel like they're going to fill the arenas. And, you know, people are already calling Kevin Porter Jr. I don't know if the city of Houston feel like this, but they're calling Kevin Porter Jr., you know, Baby Harden. He left-handed, but, you know, he dropped 50 points on the Bucks, and then the next week he was being fined for $50,000 for going to the strip club. So Houston, you know, they got some pretty interesting personalities, and I'm interested to see how all these guys are going to gel with each other. So, and the only thing the Houston Rockets need to take care of before they can get that fresh rebuild, they need to move. They need to figure out what they're going to do with John Wall. He makes a lot of money, so it's going to be hard because I know John Wall is at that point in his career where he just wants to be on a contending team. He just wants to contend for a title, but with the amount of money he makes, the only way that can happen is a buyout. And we're going to see if the Houston Rockets want to do that, but I don't see them trading John Wall to where he want to be, or unless they trade him to a team and they buy him out, and then John Wall goes out and help a contender. So we're going to see, man. Like I said, the Houston Rockets, they did a wonderful job in the draft. I'm really excited to see this team play. And, you know, I'm just a fanatic of basketball. And, you know, these guys got a lot of exciting players on their team. But if you enjoyed this video, man, please leave a like, comment down below. What was your favorite draft pick that the Houston Rockets made on draft night a few nights ago? And subscribe for more weekly content. We do this every week. I don't think I've missed a week of posting yet. So, hey, the consistency is there, man. And that's curtains.